Hi everyone, Bruno Recommends Records here, and today I'm going to present my entry to the Canadian Studmuffin 20 Years on YouTube contest. 20 years on YouTube. Congrats, Larry. Larry Graves. Gosh, I'm not that long on social media, and sometimes I have my moments, so good for you, good for you. And I love his channel. So all you have to do is to answer to 5 prompts and to go to his video. I'll leave the links down below, his channel and his video, and drop a comment on his video with um, the link to your video, to your entry, and that's it. You don't have too much time. I'm coming quite late on this one. He will get the name of the winner on 10th, which is the date he celebrates the 20 years. So if you want to, hurry up, because I'm coming very late on this one. Okay, so first prompt: shout out 3 of your favorite YouTube channels, not including his. So no hard feelings for anyone, but I'm going with the people who've been more verbal and interacting more with me lately. So, besides my mate for quite a long time, which is Alaska Apenas, I'm going with Gordon from I Dig Vinyl. Great guy. Morten Astad, this is one of the best out there, honestly. And let's go with a big channel, which I called once Vinyl Voyager, the Vinyl Voyage with Jack. So those people are like the ones who I interact most, and we're talking about in terms of I drop a comment, they comment back, something like that. Sometimes we have like this small conversation with it. And yeah, those are the guys who've been more verbal with me in terms of interaction through YouTube, which is what I like most. Honestly, I don't have my channel to get views or uh, subscribers. It's cool when you have it, but the whole point in here is to interact with the community. So whenever that happens, that for me is a win. So thanks a lot for all you 3 guys. You've been amazing with me, so I really appreciate that. It's a good welcoming to the community from 3 of the best ones, in my opinion. Okay, second prompt: your 5 favorite bands. Well, let's say that everything I got in my collection or in my musical library is they're all my favorite artists, or else I wouldn't have them. So some a little bit more than others. So how did I consider uh, my answer? How did I approach this? And I had to go through artists that I really loved the whole career, which means every single album, every single EP, every single B-side, participation on compilation, something like that. And that presumes a lot, because there's always that record that I don't like, or I like a certain part of the career of the artist, I like it a lot, but that other part of the career I don't really like it at all, or it doesn't say anything to me. So I went with these 5 artists. So they don't have that big a career, so it was easier to do it. Slint, Drive Like Jehu, Brainiac, Botch, and this is a new one, so it's easier. Maruja, or Maruja, like I heard someone pronouncing it the other day. So there you go. 5 bands that I really love. Kind of my favorite 5 bands in terms of the whole extension of their career. Okay, number 3, your 5 favorite solo artists. So I went with the same approach. Um, Artists that I love the full career of them. And to limit it a little bit more, this prompt or this question, I went with artists whose name starts with J. The first name starts with J, and 5 artists that are not with us anymore and went away too soon. Okay, so let's go with this. Starting Jaco Pastorius, Janis Joplin. I know it's Big Brother and the whole company, but it says somewhere with featuring Janis Joplin. Not on the record, but usually some CDs say that. Okay, so it's supposedly Janis Joplin is mentioned like part of the band, but okay. So it's always that album with including Janis Joplin that people put aside. If you listen to it, it's probably the worst from 4 albums that she's included in, but it's still a brilliant album. So let's go with this one. Why not? Janis Joplin. Uh, Jeff Buckley. Jim Morrison. I know it's a bit of a cheat because we have the Doors playing the music, but there's still some parts where it's just Jim reciting poetry. And who knows? This was recorded before he died. If you watch the movie starts with he recording the stuff for this album. I'm talking about the biopic, obviously, from Oliver Stone. And yeah, it's, who knows? Maybe he would do an album just speaking with no music, or maybe he would have gone into a different direction, artistic direction, instead of what we have in here. But anyway, so let's consider Jim Morrison. And for last, Jimi Hendrix with the iconic Taboo cover. And okay, next one. Prompt number 4, your top 5 albums of all time. So I'm going to approach this one with albums that they are on my want list, but I don't know if I ever gonna have them. So those are big, huge albums for me. I just don't have the budget to have them, at least until now, or there was no chance or opportunity for me to buy like a good bargain or something like that. Sometimes that happens, but I don't believe with any of these albums that's gonna come easy. So I'm gonna mention and I'm gonna put the cover just right over here as I mentioned them. Okay, so Relationship of Command from At the Drive-In. Usually that goes between 100 and something, 200 and something pounds. I don't know if the price has gone up way above that because I don't check it for a long time on Discogs because I don't want to cry that much. Anima from Tool on vinyl, obviously, because you can get these records on CD, but I'm not a CD guy, okay? Although Canadian Studmuffin is very much a CD guy, but I'm not a CD guy. So Anima on the original version, because you have like counterfeit versions, and I don't want a counterfeit version. I want the original one. And there was never a reedition. So this album came out in 1996, and it can go for £1,000 that in secondhand. So it's completely insane. I'm not gonna pay £1,000 for a record. Okay, so let's see how it goes through the years. Maybe one day I found like a cheap copy, and even if it's a little bit beat up, and yeah, let's see how it goes. River Runs Red from Life of Agony. Now I was so stupid because when the last reedition when it came out, I could have bought this for 50 quid, £50. And I was like, oh, £50 is way too much. So I'm gonna wait like a few months and see if it drops. And then I totally forgot. And after a year or two, the prices go between £200 and £400. So it's just insane. I'm not going to pay between £200 to £400, but it's one of my all-time favorite albums that I listened a lot during my teenage years. Well, I'm still waiting for a good deal. The other one is Where Blood and Fire Meets Rest from Zao, which is a Christian metalcore band. I have one of my favorite albums from them on vinyl, fortunately, but this is the other one that I really wanted to have. I wouldn't mind to have more, but at least these two are like my favorite ones. So the other one, this one, Where Blood and Fire Meets Rest, is always above £100, and I can get it in UK. Usually it's always on US, and I have to order it, so shipping costs, VAT, so it can get really expensive, and it's still on my list. The other one is the fifth one is Bonsai Superstar from Brainiac, which I show as one of my favorite bands, and it's the only 12-inch record from them that I'm still missing. And that because I only knew the band around 2021, something like that. There was this documentary available on Amazon back then, and I didn't know the band. I watched, I fell in love. So during until now, I was able to get everything that they dropped out in terms of vinyl and on 12-inch format, except Bonsai Superstar. I was hoping that they would get like a edition, an anniversary edition last year, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. So this one is always £200 or way above that, and it's always on US. I can get anyone in Europe or UK selling a copy, and if so, I bet that it's going to be way expensive. So there you go. Not my top 5 albums of all time, but some of my top 5 albums of all time that I can tell you that they're a lot. Okay, the best, fifth round, sorry, the best and worst concert you've been to. I'm gonna do a magic cut here. No one's gonna notice anything. No, I'm terrible with cuts, and but yeah, I needed to get this one. So this is the only CD I'm gonna show, but I really need to show the CD because I don't have this very record on vinyl. So on vinyl, I have the best and concert I've been to. It was Caetano Veloso e Gilberto Gil. They're both two solo artists, Brazilian artists, and they've been in the UK around 2017, 2018, or something like that. I can't remember the exact year I went to watch the concert, but they've been here on tour, and they've put out a record which unfortunately on vinyl is just half of it. On CDs like 2 CDs, on vinyl is just one and only has half the songs on it, and they played pretty much what's it on CD. So Caetano Veloso on vinyl, here you go, Caetano Veloso, Gilberto Gil. They're here with 2 more artists, Maria Bethânia, which is the sister of Caetano Veloso, and João Gilberto, which has the famous album with Stan Getz. And yeah, but on CD, and this is really worth to have a complete version of it. So only on CD you can have the complete version of it, and was pretty much like the photo you're seeing. 2 guys, 2 guitars, 2 chairs, 1 table, 2 glasses of water, the microphone supports, the microphone themselves. That was it. That was it. As simple as that. So 2 guys, 2 guitars, and you don't need anything else, man. And it was amazing. I can assure you it was amazing. It was spot on. I can't believe how good that concert was, and I can't believe that I was able to watch it because the tickets sold out this fast, man. It was straight. They announced it in less than 24 hours. They were gone. So I'm glad like that I was able to buy two tickets, one for me and one for my wife, and we went to watch it, and it was amazing. One of the best concerts I ever saw in my life. One of the worst I ever saw in my life. Not that was really worst in terms of performance or the music. The thing is, what I really love from this artist that I'm going to show, and it's also a Brazilian artist, is the first two records. And from his first two records, he only played one song that's included on this record I'm going to show. This is the second record, and I'm talking about Gabriel o Pensador, which translates literally like Gabriel the Thinker. And he's a hip hop rap artist. Probably was the first thing me and lots of people in Portugal ever heard in terms of rap, hip hop, sang in Portuguese, although Brazilian Portuguese. But he influenced a lot of Portuguese artists in terms of hip hop and rap. Oh, that's how you do it. And the guy is amazing, but it was a shame that he only played one song from the first two records, which are the best ones in my opinion, and in the opinion of lots of people. So he played lots of songs that didn't do that much to me. It was a free concert. That was the thing. That wasn't bad in that sense. It was a free concert, so we went along. There was a big. This was in Portugal a long time ago, and there was this big Brazilian community out there, and they usually like this kind of, I don't know, party songs, popular party songs, and he did like an improvisation where he sang like three or four different songs, like those kind of songs, and everybody was like singing with them. You barely could listen to him singing the songs. So it was a party for that exclusive community. I can get it. But it was a shame because I was like, it was the only time I watched him live, and I was hoping like at least four or five songs of each record. That would have been amazing for me, and then he could have played whatever he wanted. So one song, one song only that I really loved. That's how much he played on that very concert, which was a shame. But anyway, um, I'm leaving in a link down below. I did like a playlist mixtape with all the artists that I showed to you on vinyl. So every vinyl that I showed you, I include a song from each one of them on that playlist. So if there's anything you don't know that much, check it out, put it on play. Let's hope I don't get any copyrights or anything like that. So far, so good. So fingers crossed. Let's keep that thing on. It's on a total different channel, so if anything goes wrong, it doesn't affect this channel. So yeah, give it a check. If you wanna participate on this contest, hurry up because it's finishing fast. And here you go. Happy birthday, Larry Graves, Mr. Larry Graves. I hope 20 more years on YouTube if you feel like it. If not, just live these 20 years and we'll check once in a while. Okay, that's it, guys. See you soon. Bye.